Humble Atascocita facing Plano High at Concordia University in Austin for the Region 2 title. After winning a wild game 1 in extra innings, the Eagles had a chance to finish off the Wildcats and punch their ticket to nearby Round Rock in this best-of-3 game baseball series. The Eagles sent Anthony Pagano to the mound in the closeout game that had more twists and turns than a Stephen King novel. Wildcats struck first, though. A pair of triples by A.J. Liu and Ryan Robertson, along with a ground out by starting pitcher Mitchell Hansen, gave Plano a 2-0 lead before Atascocita ever batted.
He's a fierce competitor, and he got a little bit rattled in the first. We had a couple miscues, and and led to getting his pitch count up a little bit in the first. And we just talked about settling down and staying focused and back to his mechanics.
Plano looked to add to their lead in the second inning with a runner on first, but Josh Martinez robs Austin Toops of an extra base hit to end the inning with the Wildcats still leading. But a brewing storm of Eagle offense and less than spectacular Wildcat pitching made that early Plano lead disappear in the brush behind Tornado Field. Bottom 2 now, runner on third. Hansen 1 strike away from getting out of trouble, but that third strike never came as Alaric Solari smashes an RBI double to left, scoring Ethan Clostebor to get the Humble ISD team on the board. Hansen walked the next 2 batters to load the bases for Ryan Watkins. He hits a routine ground ball to short that should have ended the inning, but instead, Robertson's throw is badly off the mark and 2-run score off the E6. The Plano defense does throw Martinez out at home, however. The Wildcat mistake gave the Eagles a 3-2 lead. Those 2 runs would cost Plano dearly later.
Anytime a team is going to give you extra outs, you got to capitalize on that. We try to take care of the ball, not only defensively but offensively, and by moving over runners and and putting the ball in play and adding pressure, we were able to scratch out some runs.
As night fell, the stadium grew louder and louder. Friday night baseball sounds more like Friday night football. To the 4th inning where the Wildcats had 2 on and no outs. Pagano in trouble, but he uses a perfect pickoff move. Kenneth Tabor caught in a rundown and was eventually tagged out by the second baseman Solari. The putout goes 1-6-5-4 for those of you scoring at home. Plano's Quinn Waterbury watched it all from home plate. On the ensuing pitch, he grounds it to third, the flip to second for the force, but the runner is called for interference, which means Waterbury is called out. So the Eagles are out of trouble, and Plano skipper Rick Robertson is not happy with the call. Pagano went 5 2/3 innings, allowing only 2 hits after the first.
I was just trying to throw strikes, let them hit it, let them put the ball in play, let my defense work, and that was really all it is. We had one little error in the beginning of the game, but that's okay. That's what we want. We want to put the ball in play, and we want to get outs.
Bottom 5 now, and again, Ryan Robertson walks the bases loaded. His night is over as Graham Welch came on in relief, but Plano was about to experience anything but relief. Flies circling around the lights as the Eagles hitters were ready to pounce on any Wildcat mistakes. Welch's second pitch in the artificial dirt, and the ball bounces away from the catcher to score Martinez, and it only got worse for Welch. He walked Pagano to reload the bases and then walks Keo Sturbor, forcing in Watkins to make it 5-2 Eagles and another Plano pitching change. The Wildcats pitching issued 7 free passes in the game.
We got in trouble because we didn't throw strikes. We made some mistakes, let too many, gave up too many walks, gave up some hits.
Now it was Cameron Copeland's turn to try and end the damage. But first, let's flash back to player introductions. Junior first baseman Jonathan Higginbotham makes the home run swing motion. Now back to the 5th. He's at the plate and hits a high fly ball. No home run, but it fools the right fielder and bounces behind him. 2 runs would score, 4 total in the inning for a 7-2 lead after 5 for the suburban Houston area team.
We just practiced every day working on putting the ball in play, and that's all I did. I went up there and I just knew that I had to put the ball in play, and that's what I did, and I knew things would work out.
Pagano was pulled in the 6th from the mound, but in the bottom half of the inning, he helped his own cause. He hit a 1-1 pitch high, deep, and gone to right to extend the lead to 10-2. A good time for his first homer of the season.
I was just looking for a pitch to hit, and I got one up and in, and I just put a short, quick swing on it, and then it got out of the park.
Plano fans that were boisterous early completely silenced for now. Little did anyone know that that home run, which everyone thought was the coronation to Atascocita's first ever regional title, would prove to mean much more about 20 minutes later. To the 7th, where the first 6 Plano batters reached base to bring home 2 runs. Bases loaded now for Mitchell Hansen, who cleared them with a 3-run triple to get Plano right back into the game at 10-7.
I believe we got complacent in the last inning. We relaxed a little bit.
We had a couple miscues and some things that normally we don't do. But, I think, pressure got to us a little bit. And, when you're in those situations, you never know how you're going to respond.
All of a sudden, that Eagle home run hit 17 minutes earlier, which no one thought meant much more than an exclamation point, was now the difference in the game. Hansen scored on a ground ball out to pull Plano within 2, but down to their last out and the bases empty, new Eagle pitcher Ralph Biondi induces a ground out to the shortstop by Michael Davis to end Plano's rally and their season. Atascocita players celebrating the 10-8 win. Those 2 runs scored off a Plano error in the second came back to haunt the Wildcats and helped the Eagles reach the Final Four for the first time in the 8-year history of the program.
Once we were able to calm down a little bit, we had some better approaches and we cleaned some stuff up, in the middle of the game defensively, and were able to score some runs to put us out to a bigger lead.
I'm proud of them. I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed in them. I'm disappointed we didn't win. But that's been the mark of this bunch all year. They don't quit, and they'll never quit.
We pitched well enough to win. I'd like to see us take care of the ball a little bit better moving forward, but, this group is a very resilient group, and they just keep competing.
We've been trying to do this for years. We kept getting knocked out of the first round. This is what we were striving for at the beginning of the season. This is what we all want.
Atascocita headed to the state Final Four for the first time in school history over at the Dell Diamond. Of course, their victory 6-4 over Plano in Game 1 took 8 innings, and then they won 10-8 in Game 2. They'll head over to the Dell Diamond with teams like Pearland out of the greater Houston area, also a team from San Antonio and from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Should be a lot of fun. We'll be there for you and have all the action here on MaxPreps Sports, your leader in online high school sports content.